So actually, it'd be quite nice if it stays this small, because we had quite a lot of people on last night, so it was quite hard to sort of ask questions and things. So Rebecca, if you don't mind me asking, what's the main reason you've joined the business?
For me, I think it is just that the financial freedom, being able to work wherever I want at my own pace. I think that's really useful for me.
Absolutely. And what are you doing at the moment?
Me, so I do ladies' hair extensions at the moment, just part-time.
Oh, cool. Okay, so Antonia does hair and beauty and things, doesn't she? So Antonia, obviously I know you, and I know that you probably joined the business because I twisted your arm to join the business more than anything. So Antonia is a friend of mine from Mums in Business and has been a customer for a little while, haven't you?
I have.
And yes, I basically said, come on, it's about time you joined, because Antonia, tell us what else you do as well. Tell everyone what all the other things you do.
So I'm a mobile beautician, but as of December, I started a party business off of the back of Mums in Business. So that's going really well. And I just wanted something a little bit more, because obviously I do body shop as well, but it's kind of not quite enough.
So more money. We will want more money. More money. Okay, that's fine. So just a little bit for Rebecca's benefit, really. Bit of background about myself, because I know you don't know me. So I have been in the business for 13 years. I left school when I was 15, ran away from school when I was 15 because all I wanted to do was play with horses. So I did horses for 30 years. So I was a riding instructor and an event rider. And then when I was 30, I woke up one morning and decided I wanted to start a magazine. So I set up a magazine from home, from scratch. I was the journalist, the photographer, the advertising sales manager. The only help I had was someone to do the design bit, because I didn't know how to do that. So so I set up a magazine, and that was amazing actually, because through that I then helped lots of small equestrian businesses, because it's all about horses, you know, with their advertising, with their marketing, with how to find customers, and very early days of social media. So I was a social media manager when Facebook sort of pretty much first came out, I think. And so yeah, so it's really funny looking back on all that. So that was really good. And I sold the magazine, and they kept me on as editor for 10 years. So I was doing that. I was still doing horses. And that's why I'm quite like writing, and I've always wanted to be a writer, and that's why I started a magazine. So it's interesting. And then I had my daughter. I was told I couldn't have children, so I had about 11 miscarriages in my 30s, and was told I would never have children. And I don't like being told that I can't do something. So I didn't really want them actually until I was told I couldn't have them, and then I was like, no, I'm going to have one now. So I decided to keep going to keep trying till I was 40. If I had one, great, and if I didn't, that was fine. I just carry on with horses. And I had my daughter when I was 39. So Roxy came along when I was 39. And then Eric came along when I was 43. So that was a bit of one of those moments like, oh, okay. So long story short, when Roxy was little, I was still doing the magazine. So I was editor of the magazine still and selling all the advertising. I had 10 horses on the yard that I was mucking out and riding every day. I was still teaching. I had about 30 clients that I was teaching every week. I ran a riding club with 300 people in it. And I was absolutely knackered and skint as well, even though I was doing all those things, because I was now a mum and I wasn't able to do as many hours. And I'd maxed out everything. I was maxed out on credit cards. I had loans. I was financially completely up, so I suddenly was looking for something else. And literally I woke up one morning and I said, there's got to be an easier way to this than this. In fact, I didn't wake up because Roxy didn't sleep. So I just didn't sleep. So I got up one morning, having had a very broken night's sleep, exhausted, and thought there's got to be something else. And I'm a great believer in the law of attraction. So if what you focus on, you will get 100%. And a lot of what I do in the coaching is getting you to think about what you really want, not about what you don't want. So I woke up one morning, I thought that thought, I opened up my laptop and there was an email from somebody I didn't know about this business. And I thought it all looked like too good to be true. I thought it looked like a scam. It looked like a pyramid scheme. I'd already tried, I'd done aloe vera. So I had done Forever Living products and tried to make my fortunes with that and failed miserably. So I just thought it's one of those things. But then something about it, I just thought, what if you could make money out of saving people money rather than asking them to spend money? And that was like my first light bulb moment. I thought that just sounds really like a really good idea. So very long story short, I put the £200 it was to join in those days. So you guys joining for £10 is just mental. So it was £200. I put it on a credit card. I crossed everything I had that I hadn't just said goodbye to another £200 on another crazy scheme of mine, and got stuck in. And I always say that first of all, I decided to give it a go. And then I decided to make a go of it. And that is two very, very different things. So if you are here today as a new person, please go all in and make a go of it. All right. Because if you just decide to give it a go, you will be just at that energy of giving it a go, you know, and if something knocks you off course, you'll just fall off, you'll fall down and say, I'm not getting back up. Whereas if you decide to go all in and decide to believe that this is the thing that can absolutely get you to where you want to be, it will take you through all those challenges and hurdles and all that, you know, and we'll work out exactly what you want. So that's me. So fast forward 13. So I started it then. I was still doing all those things. My partner thought I was mental. In fact, he's not my partner anymore because he kept thinking I was mental for quite a few years, and we split up eventually. But, you know, he was like, what are you doing something else for? You know, you don't have time anyway. But I just knew this was the thing. I knew it was the thing that was going to sort my life out. So all I did was try and show 3 people a week. So, you know, top tip number 1, whatever's going on in your life, you may have more time than that, show at least 3 people a week. Because if you do that consistently, you'll have a really good business. All right. So I just thought, right, 3 people a week. I wrote 3 people a week, 3 to 5. I wrote at the top of my diary, 2009. I found it the other day and it says 3 to 5 people on the top of every page. And I just somehow in my mental life tried to show people. Now, in those days, we didn't have Zoom. We didn't have remote appointments. We didn't have a website. It was a booklet and a paper form. So you had to physically go and talk people through this booklet and fill in the form if they wanted to become a customer. So it's a lot easier now. Anyway, fast forward. So now 13 years on, I'm senior group leader in the business. I have enough passive income coming in to pay all my bills. I live in a big house in the middle of Somerset. The rent on this house is 1,100 quid a month. We've got a horse on livery. We have nice holidays, and basically the business pays for everything. I'm single mum, 2 kids, they're 10 and 14 now, and it has been incredible. All right. So that's what I want for everybody else, because life doesn't have to be as hard as it is now. Life can be easier. And but you've got to choose your hard, because to get it easier, you have to choose hard in the beginning. So when you're setting up a business, you have to be prepared that it is going to be hard. All right. It's going to be hard because people are going to reject you. You're going to have to do stuff that's out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to squeeze this into life, and life will try and steal the business off you every day, because that's what life does. But if you just stick at it, follow the system, follow what we teach you, and stick at it, be here a year from today, you'll be making some money and you'll be happy and you'll see the future. All right. And that's all I did. So now life's fun. And it's not just that. I was thinking this morning, I've had 2 brand new cars, and I'm waiting for a brand new Tesla worth £65,000 that's on order through you. I just can't believe that. I've been on holiday. I've been on a luxury 6-star cruise. I've been to France with the kids. I've been to Orlando with the kids. I've been to Budapest. I've had dinner in where did we go the other day? Hampton Court Palace. I've had dinner in the London Aquarium. All free. Completely free, just by being part of this business. Henley, Epsom, you know, it's just mental what we get as well as money. Okay, so do chase the incentives. That's another tip which I didn't mention last night. So do always look at what incentives are on and do your best to achieve them, because the incentives are there to help you stay on track in the business. So right now for you two, there's 2 things that I want you to aim for. So firstly is to get to Henley Festival. And to do that, you need 8 points and to recruit 1 partner. I think that's before the end of March, I believe, isn't it? Yes, I think it is before the end of March. So 8 points is about 3 customers and recruit 1 partner, right? Between now and the end of March, and you will have a ticket to Henley Festival, all your drinks included, food and all that, and do a bit more, and you can get 2 people there, do a bit more again, and you can have an overnight stay. All right. So, oh, we've got somebody in the waiting room who I don't even know who they are. Lillian, Chris, is that?
Yeah, that's a partner of mine that's just messaged me to say she's
fine. I'll let her in. That's fine. So yeah, so Henley is important to look at that. And the other thing that is an incentive at the moment is if you can sign up 3 partners, so 3 people you know who want to earn some extra money between now and March the 15th. You can be on stage at our big event in March called Power Up. which is going to be insane. Antonia, we need to get you to Power Up, and we need to sort out accommodation. We need to get you there, and you, Rebecca. It is going to be amazing. It's going to be our best ever event. It's the only event, it's only once a year, so it's like an annual seminar that the company run. So this one's run by the company. Most of the other events are run by us lot, putting stuff on, but this is a company one. The directors are going to tell us their plans for the next year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years for this business. It is super exciting. They'll launch the incentives. They'll tell us where the new holiday incentives are and things like that. There's loads of recognition, loads of top tip. We've got top speakers, speakers that you'd normally pay thousands of pounds to listen to. And the ticket's £20, including lunch. All right, so it's £20, including lunch. And if you're worried about accommodation, you don't have to stay overnight, so you can go either on the Saturday or the Sunday. But obviously, if you live far away and you want to get some accommodation or whatever, or you want to get some lift shares, let us know. All right, and we'll try and get you there. But it's really super important that you go if you possibly can. It's March the 19th and 20th. I didn't tell you the date, did I? March the 19th and 20th. What's Antonia? Have you got something on then?
Got 2 parties on that weekend.
Are they both days?
Yeah.
That's a shame. That's a shame. Never mind. You've only just joined and you didn't know. So you'll just have to have FOMO when you see all the pictures of us having fun. Hi, Lillian. Welcome. I know Chris invited you along. I'm already jabbering away, but you're very welcome. And I hope you can hear me and everything okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Brilliant. Okay, so a few things we're going to rattle through today. This will be finished, this meeting, by 10 to 1, because I have to go and pick my daughter up, so just so that to manage your time expectations. So firstly, I want to know, not necessarily right now, you've both given me the sort of reasons you joined, but what about your real why? What about, how would you like your life to be 5 years from today? All right, so that's what I want you to think about. How would you like your life to be 5 years from today? Oh, look at that little puppy. Is that a puppy? Oh, look. Oh, that is so cute. This is an exercise for you to do. If you've got pen and paper, this would be handy. This is an after today exercise I'd like you to do. Rebecca, have you got a pad or something? Could you want to?
Yeah, I'll grab one now.
Yeah, because there will be a few bits to write down. I know Antonia's taking loads of notes. She's a note taker. I've noticed that before. You like notes.
I like notes.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to write stuff down. You remember it better if you write it down. It makes it more real as well.
And if I don't, then I'll come off the call and forget what I've talked about. Yeah. No, it is good to write stuff down. So this is a little to-do thing sometime after day, and I love doing this. I do this regularly, and it's really, really good focusing on what you want. I want you to write down at least 50 things that you want to either have, places you want to go. So it's like a goals, but it's almost like, imagine you've just won the lottery. Money is absolutely no limit, and you can just do whatever you want. I want you to write everything down, but even down to like little things. So I always think, oh, I want a new dress for this event, or whatever it is that's in your head that you want, write it down. Because if you don't write it down, you're much less likely to achieve it. All right. And then we're not going to do a big goal setting session now, but once you've done your 50 things, Lillian, so you signed up on Monday and you're talking to Chris later. So Chris will go over some of this stuff with you, but probably in a much better, more structured, organized way than I'm doing today, because I just like to talk and get people thinking. So 50 things. And then when you've done your 50, look at those 50 and prioritize them. All right. So just say what obviously if it's, I want a house with a lake and a swimming pool and a hot tub, that might not be the first thing you're going to achieve from this business this week, but that might be a 5-year, 10-year, 15-year plan. But have a look and try and find a few little things that you can tick off fairly easily. Do you know what I mean? So look at the smallest things. So priorities, but also achievability, so that we can just, when you start to earn some money, you can tick that off and you've achieved something that you wanted to. It's really super important to do that regularly, because your goals change and what you want changes all the time, and you have to be in tune with that. Otherwise you're chasing the wrong thing, and then the law of attraction won't work and you won't get what you want. So always focus on what you want. Don't focus on what you don't want. And that's another exercise actually, is to write down all the things you don't want, write down all the things you do want, and make sure you're focusing 100% on the things you do want.
Right, so that's going to be your why, if you like. Your why is going to be because you want to achieve this stuff, or you want to feel like this, or you want to be, like you said, Rebecca, financially free. You know, you want to feel like you've got all your bills covered and you've got more. Being financially free, all that means is having a little bit more than you need. You know, if everything you need is covered, but you've got more, then you're on the way, aren't you, to financial freedom? And that's, you know, that was my goal, was to get the passive income to pay all the essential bills. You know, that's the first thing. So you can pick a small bill. You know, it could be, right, I want my passive income to pay my mobile bill to start with, and then I want it to pay this bill, and then I want it to pay that bill, you know, and you can build that up until it covers everything, and then you're into financial freedom. Now, the next thing we want to think about is your story. So your why is why you're doing it, your reasons, your goals, but your story is going to be what you tell other people as to why you started this business. And this is really important, because if your story is good enough, everyone you speak to will let you show them what you're doing, because you'll either intrigue them enough for them to want to know, or they will genuinely want to support you. All right, so that's why this story is really important. I know they mention it on have you done the online training, Rebecca?
Yes, yeah.
If you have, I know Antonia did it in about 3 minutes after she joined the other night, so that's fine. So you've done the online training, that's cool. Some of this will be repeated from there, but your story is important, because, right, let me give you an example. So I'm talking to Chris. Chris is going to be a potential customer. So I say, hey, Chris, my name, you know, thanks for letting me show you today what I'm doing. The thing is, Chris, I've been really bad with money. I've run up loads of debt. I want to buy a Ferrari, and I've just found this business where I can make loads of money out of people. So I can make money out of people so that I can sort my debt out and buy my sports car. So can I show you, Chris? Will you be one of my customers? No, Chris is going to say, bugger off, sort your own debt out, buy your own Ferrari, and no, I'm not going to be part of that plan. But what about if I said, so Vanessa, you know that I've been teaching you riding, obviously, all these years, and I still love teaching riding. You know, I love the horses still. However, since Roxy's come along, I am really struggling. I'm struggling to get enough hours in, you know, to keep paying the bills. Obviously, I don't want to keep riding dangerous horses. I'm a mum now, you know, things are sort of changing in my life. So I've recently found a business where, just by simply helping people save money, I'm going to be able to spend more time with Roxy, you know, not worry so much financially about teaching and everything else. And I just wondered, would it be okay if I just show you what I'm doing? It's fine if it's not for you, but I think you might know someone else I can help.
Absolutely, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, great.
Difference
Thank
there,
you.
you know,
Yeah, I want to know more.
So there's a few psychological things in there. Firstly, it's, you need to say, you know, I am doing whatever. So Antonia, you know, if you were going to talk to any of your body shop clients, you say, obviously, you know, I'm still doing body shop, I'm doing the parties, you know, I'm absolutely loving all that. However, I do still feel like I'm working a lot of hours and not always, you know, financially where I want to be at the end of the month. So I found another business that I'm going to slot in when I can around this. And what's exciting about this is I'm not asking anybody to spend anything. In fact, I'm helping people have more money back in their pocket. So I'm really excited about it. Would it be okay if I just show you how it works? And if it's not for you, it's fine. You'll probably think of someone else I can help. Does that make sense? And you know, Rebecca, obviously you've talked about slotting this in around your hair. So again, you know, you can say, I'm doing this, I'm enjoying it. However, it's not quite paying the bills at the moment. So I found another business, All right, so get that off to a pat, because when you start speaking to people about booking them in for appointments, we've got lots of short little scripts, which I'll help you with. And there's other some other places I can point you as well to do that. But if people start asking you, what's it all about? Instead of answering them and saying, oh, it's about gas and electric, don't say that, because that's boring as hell and no one will want to listen to you. Answer it with your story. So instead of telling them what it is, tell them why you're doing it, and they're much more likely to want to listen. All right. And you can put in there, it's about saving money. You know, it's about helping people have more money back in their pocket. Times are changing rapidly in this country right now. Within 3 months of now, hundreds and thousands of people are going to be seriously skinned because bills are going up, inflation's going up, mortgages are going up, interest is going up. It is scary. You know, energy, we know alone is going to be about £100 more a month for most people than it has been. So people are going to be hurting. I said yesterday, just the disposable income before all these rises of an average household was about £160 a month. That's all they had left over after their bills to have fun, or, you know, take the kids out or do whatever. Well, £160 a month. Well, £100 a month is gone already just on their energy. You know, the other £60 a month will be eaten into straight away with fuel, with food rises, with probably their rent's going to go up or their mortgage is going to go up. So within a few months, there are going to be more people in this country who can't pay their bills than people that can. All right, so we have to help them. We have to get out there and show them what we do. And while we are also, our prices are also going up, you know, we can't escape the wholesale price increase, but we're going up less. And we have the cashback card, and we have the referral scheme, and we have the business opportunity to show them. All right, so, you know, we've got lots of little things in our pocket we can bring out and show these people to help them. So that's why it's super important. So really getting your story right is very, very important, so that you don't, if you say it wrong, if you try and set up the appointments wrong and you burn out your list, you're actually letting the people down as well as yourself. That's what I think. You know, make sure in your head you know who's helping who. You are doing them a favor if you show them the business. If they don't want it, it is absolutely fine. All right. Do never fall out with friends or family. Never worry about it. It doesn't matter. If people say no thanks, it is absolutely fine. That's just like me saying, Vanessa, would you like a cup of coffee this morning? And Vanessa saying, no, thanks, I'm on water. Well, I'm not going to cry for the rest of the day that Vanessa didn't have a cup of coffee. I'm really not. But I remember 13 years ago when I had my first no, and I remember how much it hurt. So I'm with you. I know what's coming, which is why I've said to you, your goals have got to be big enough, because people will say no. Some people will say, you don't want to do that. Some people will say, oh, that company's rubbish, because I was a customer, you know, 10 years ago and they put my bill up by £1 or something. You know, you'll hear some crazy stuff. What is really good now is if you Google utility warehouse today, we have a clean sheet of top recommendations on the whole first page of Google. There is nothing bad there. Whereas 13 years ago, we weren't so quick on that. There was sort of stuff about, you know, and all that. So be proud to be part of the company. Do keep your posture. If they say it's not for them, or they don't like it, or the company's rubbish, doesn't matter. Absolutely fine. Okay, just stay friends, move on. Because I promise you, wait till 3 months' time when they're hurting in their pocket, and now they know what you do, they'll probably come back and ask you. And if it's not 3 months' time, it might be 3 years later, like my dad. My dad wouldn't have anything to do with it when I joined. My mum was my first customer. My dad didn't want anything to do with it. They were obviously living separately. But then 3 years later, Dad rang me up and said, can you please help me sort out my bills, because British Gas have just sent me a nasty bill. And I said, pardon, Dad, sorry, I didn't catch that. I made him ask me 3 times. And bless him, he passed away last year, but he was a customer right up, you know, for the rest of the time, and recommended me, as Mum did, to lots of people. One of my really, really loyal riding clients that had been with me for, you know, for years. I taught her daughter for years. Really good friends of mine, wouldn't have anything to do with it. She said, I don't know what you're doing that for. She just didn't get it. She didn't understand it. And that hurt. You know, I was really upset to the point I nearly said, well, stuff your riding lessons then, because I didn't have the personal development then that I have now. But I think I realized that would be silly, so I didn't. But like now, I want to give you the, you know, the tip. Just let it go. Let it go. Don't try not even to let it disturb your day. All right, because it doesn't matter. And there are thousands and millions of people out there that do want to hear from you. It's just getting to find them. Okay, so let's just do a very, very quick list build exercise. So again, I do not want you to prejudge. I do not want you to think, am I going to show these people or not? I just want you to write the names down. All right, so this exercise is just to get names onto a piece of paper. So write at the top of your piece of paper the word frogs, F-R-O-G-S.
Second person to tell me to write this today.
Okay, I was going to say, you probably hear this in your other world as well, but that's funny, isn't it? Isn't that funny? So that obviously the universe is telling you to do your list properly, Antonia, rather than, yeah. Right, so frogs. So this is F. The F in frogs simply stands for family and friends. So first of all, write down every family member you have over the age of 18. So that could be mums, dads, aunties, uncles, grandparents. You're not old enough to have children over the age of 18. Nieces, nephews, cousins, you know, really think outside the box. In-laws, steps, twice removed, 3 times removed, it all goes on, doesn't it, these days? You have all sorts of family. So anyone that you know over the age of 18 that you would class as family. Now, I know for some people that's a tiny amount, for some people that's a huge amount. And then the other part of F is friends. So I know you won't get all of this down today, but it's just a start. So friends is if you were going to have a massive party this weekend and I'm paying for everything. So I'm going to do all the food for you. I'm going to give you unlimited drink. I'm going to put a band on for you. Who would you invite? Okay. Or if you were going to get married, who would you invite? That's the friends list that we want from there. I think in the online training now, they just ask you to write about 7 names, don't they? So this is sort of the next step now. It's about really expanding this list, because the more people you have on your list, the better you're going to feel if the first 3 people say no, thank you. If you've only got 3 people on your list and you go to them and they all say no, thank you, you're going to feel pretty despondent. You've got 50 or 60 people on your list and the first 3 say no, thank you. You're going to be, that's fine, because I've got another 47 to go. So it's not a problem. Okay, so the R in frogs is recreation. So what do you do outside of work? You know, what hobbies do you have? Who do you know from your hobbies? Who do you know from the pub if you go to the pub? If you've got kids, who do you know? You know, so like my son plays football. So recently I signed up his football coach as a customer, you know, so who do you know that you know, if you've got kids, who do they hang out with? Kids' parents, all that sort of thing. It's all about names on your list. You'll find random names will jump into your head when you start doing this. It's fine, just write them down, even if they're not in that category. So that's recreation. And if you haven't got anyone on that list in recreation, go and get yourself a hobby. Go and join a group. Go and start doing something where you're going to meet people, because that is really important to be expanding your list all the time. Okay, the O is occupation. So who do you currently work with? Or who are your clients? If you do offer a beauty service or a hair service, who are your clients? Who did you go to university with, college, school? Who have you ever worked with in the past? Doesn't matter if you don't like them. Doesn't matter if you don't know how to get hold of them, anything like that. If their name comes into your head, just write it down. We don't mind saving people money that we don't like. That's fine. So occupation, everyone you work with. You're right, Antonia. Oh yeah, she's right. So occupation, then the G is geography. So who do you know that lives near you or in the same town as you? Perhaps your neighbours could go on here if they weren't already in any of the other categories. If you've lived anywhere different in the UK in the past, who do you know from there? You can literally go through and put cities in. Do I know anyone that lives in Bristol? Do I know anyone that lives in London? Do I know anyone that lives in Manchester? The great thing now is, with doing remote and having Zoom, it doesn't matter where they live, does it? We can speak to everybody everywhere, which is just amazing. Because at one time, well, really, before lockdown, it was pretty much face to face. You know, we do the odd bit on the phone, but we had to go and see people. Whereas now you can have team members all around the country. So really think about that, because you can have little pockets. I've got team members literally everywhere. Well, Skegness and Weston and Cornwall and, you know, gosh, everywhere. And it's amazing. And you got these little pockets of your business growing, you know, all around the country, which is amazing. And it ping pongs around. Okay, and then the S can be a few different things. So S could be self-employed. So who do you know who's self-employed? Because you definitely want to speak to them. Self-employed people are out there trying to make money. This is a perfect bolt-on to any self-employed people, particularly people that go into people's houses, or particularly people in the beauty industry that are chatting to people while they're doing their nails and chatting to people while you're doing their hair. And Antonia's there selling them a bit of body shop, doing their nails, saving them some money on the bills, booking a party. You know, the longer it takes, the better to do those nails, isn't it?
Helping them with their accounts.
Helping with their accounts. So actually, yeah, I forgot about that other string duo. Well done. All of it going on. So self-employed is great. S could stand for social media. So again, not now, but write down all of your Facebook friends onto a list. I got 2,951 today, so that would take me quite a long time, but or something like that. But yeah, write them all down. fabulous. And S can also stand for the same. So this is a good one. So Rebecca, give me the first name you wrote down today. What's the first name on your list?
My mom, Janine.
Janine, is it? Yeah. So right, so you could say, who else do I know called Janine? Or who else do I know called Janet? Or who else do I know called Jan? All right, so it's just a memory jogger. What does your mum do for work?
She's a hairdresser like me.
Okay, lovely. So who else is a hairdresser? Who else has hair?
Yeah.
Okay, and where does she live? Does she live near you?
She lives in Nottingham.
Okay, so brilliant. So who else do we know for Nottingham? Now your mum is going to know loads of people that she can refer you to.
Yeah.
All right, so you could also do the frogs on your mum. So you could say, right, that's Janine. So do I know any of Janine's friends? Do I know any of my mum's friends? Put them on the list. All right, if they're not on there already, stick them on the list. And then you go through recreation, occupation, geography, etc. on each person on your list. You'll get another 30, 40, 50 names if you go down your list and do that on each person. All right, so does that give you an idea that we have got a lot of people to speak to?
Yeah.
But what do we say? Yeah, we've got all these people to speak to, but what do we say? So that's what we're coming on to now. Now, yesterday, I think it was yesterday, in the Top Team Facebook group, Rebecca, are you in that group yet? I think you are. I think I said to you in this morning, didn't I? I know Antonia is. So in that group yesterday, I popped in a training called the 5 Levels of Formality. All right, please watch that training, because it will massively help you understand what to say and what not to say when trying to set up appointments. So I don't think it's very long. I don't know how long it is, maybe half an hour or something, I don't know, but watch it. And there's also lots and lots of training on the portal. So you've done your getting started training, but on the portal, there's loads of training, and there's short half-an-hour Zooms to book on. So please do as much of that as you can. There's a good one called Building Your Pipeline, which would be a good one for you guys to start with. You know, there's a podcast on getting appointments, scripts to say that I know there's some scripts already you'll have been giving in your online training. So, you know, invest in yourself now and spend as much time as you can really getting involved in things like that, listening to some podcasts, going on there. Self-development is absolutely key in this business, and there's so much on the portal. It is incredible. But I'm just going to give you a few really simple scripts that just to help you get started. All right. So there's a couple of different approaches. So one script could be, so hi Rebecca, how are you? Hope you're good. Look, I'm really excited actually, because I've just started something new from home to do alongside my hair braiding, just to fill the gaps that I've got in my day. Now I'm still in my training period at the moment, and I need to book 6 people in the next week just to show them a really simple presentation with my mentor as part of my training. Would you do me a massive favor and spare me 20 minutes, half an hour, so I can show you? All right, that's one script. We can still use that as older people in the business, people that have been in the business for a longer time, because we could say, Vanessa could use it and say, look, we've just had a new presentation come out. You know, we've got some new products and services. I need to practice on someone. Could you do me a favor and let me have a practice on you just 15, 20 minutes this week? All right. So you can use that at any time, but it's particularly good when you've got a fresh list and you're just starting. Another really simple script could simply be, hey, Antonia, I've got an idea I want to run by you. I've just found something really exciting. I want to share it with you. How soon can we get together on a call? All right, it could be as simple as that. They're going to say, what's that all about? You say, well, look, you know, I'm doing the parties, the body shop, the accounts, the nails. Well, to be honest, I'm running myself ragged, but I'm still not quite making ends meet financially. So I've found a really cool way of bridging that gap, and I want to share it with you. All right. So you come back to the why you're doing it, not what it is. All right. So that's idea number 2. Or you could be more direct if you want to. And right now in the current climate, this is working. So you could just say, hey, Rebecca, listen, have you seen all the stuff about energy prices going up massively in April? You know, it's super scary, isn't it? Well, I've just found a way to beat the price increase. I found a way to stop having to pay more. In fact, even potentially half my bill, if you've got a bill. Can I show you? I need to show you. I want to share this with as many people as I can. All right, so are they 3? You know, that's just 3 ideas that will probably work for your list. Now, as you look at your list, I told you, Chris, that we needed day 1 and day 2 of today because I forgot half of this yesterday. It's good, isn't it? We'll have to, I'll share them both and then it'll fill the gaps. When you look at your list now, I want you to just categorize a few things. So first of all, put a star next to those you know are homeowners. So as you look down your list now, put a star next to the people that you know are homeowners. I'm not going to go through this in the detail because you can find that out, but are you both aware we get paid more for homeowners? Yeah, so we get paid much more money if we sign up a homeowner than we do if we sign up a tenant up front. All right, so that's why I've said just have a look at for your homeowners, put some stars next to them, because our goal is to get you earning some really good money quickly. All right, so to do that, we're going to target, I hate that word. Yeah, thank you, Chris. Target homeowners. All right, so if you've got a few stars you can put next to homeowners, all well and good. We're going to show everybody, it doesn't matter if they're a tenant, but just have a look at that. Now put a little star or a line or something different next to anybody on there who you think would be up for an extra income. Anyone on your list who you think would be interested in an extra income. Again, the goal or the idea is actually not to prejudge, because one thing I have learned in 13 years is those that you think will won't, and those that you think won't often will. So that's why we try and show everybody. However, you know your list better than I do, and I wouldn't be arrogant enough to tell you how to deal with people you know. So I think, you know, you will have an idea of some people on there that actually need some extra income that might, you know, might be interested in this. So if you have, great. And, you know, think about on that list who knows a lot of people, because you're thinking about referrals. In fact, put an R next to anyone on that list who you know has a massive network of people, because even if they don't want to go for it, we want to show them, because they're going to put you in front of lots of other people when they see how brilliant it is. Now, as you take names off your list, so I don't mean take them off, but as you start to show people, not everybody is going to say yes, as I've said, all right, and we're cool with that. But what they do then, those people that don't say yes now, they're what we call a no for now. Okay, so they're not a no, because this business is all about timing. It's purely about finding people that are open enough to take a look. And if the timing is right for them, they will join you either as a customer or partner. Now, the timing might not be right for them as a customer because they might be in really recent contracts. All right, so that's a classic no for now. So you put it on your no for now list with a date of when it's appropriate to go back and speak to them, when you know those contracts are coming to an end. If it's a no for now joining your team, that could be hundreds of different reasons, but everybody's life changes all the time, and sometimes really quickly. You know, you could show them today and they could be in a really secure job, loads of money coming in, all tickety-boo, absolutely happy, all fine. A month's time, they could be made redundant. Okay, they probably will forget about this little thing you showed them because they're so stressed about life that they won't necessarily remember. But if you don't keep in touch with them from time to time and keep saying, is the time good for you now to take a look? Well, for example, Antonia, when I first signed up as a customer, she couldn't become a partner with this because she was tied into something else that she, you know, had responsibilities elsewhere. That came to an end. You know, so that's a complete example of timing, isn't it? Timing will change for everybody. So never think people are saying no to you. They're saying no to the opportunity because the time isn't right for them right now. And if you can do a mindset shift like that, it stops you feeling rejected as well. All right, so they're not saying no to you. They're just saying no because the time's not right. So that's where follow-ups are key. You know, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. And it's okay to say, okay, so Rebecca, I get it's not right for you right now, but would it be okay if I stay in touch from time to time? Because I'm sure things are going to change with you, and obviously they're going to change with us too. So we can sort of keep in touch. Would that be all right? No one ever says no to that. Everyone's always happy with that. All right. So it's a really nice way to keep your posture at the end of when someone said no. So it's like you having the last word. It makes you feel better as well. So it's a good thing to do. Right. I have 10 minutes left. Okay. Any questions about any of that so far? Okay, so you've got a bit of a to-do list. Yeah, so you've got to do your goals, you've got to get your list sorted properly, categorize your list, work out who you're going to do, and pick your top 10. Who's the top 10 people you're going to start with? So pick some nice people, top 10 people that you know will give, you know, will help you out. They'll help you out. They'll help you out just by looking at it. and make sure you block out time to do your UW business. All right. So if your diary looks manic, which I know yours does, Antonia, and I don't know about yours, Rebecca or Lillian, but if you've got a really busy diary, make sure you do block out that time to show those 3 people each week. All right. So that you do put some time in there. Otherwise, you'll find life just takes over and fills your diary. And also time for setting up the appointment. So the daily activity you need to do to be successful in this business is reach out to people every day saying, are you open to have a look at this? All right. So every single day you need to be, well, not, you can have, obviously you have Sunday off if you want, or have the weekends or whatever. But if you can get into a daily routine, there's never a day goes past when I don't do something on this business. And I would say that's probably true for the last 13 years. Even if I'm on holiday, sad as it might seem, I will check on the portal, or if a team member messaged me, I would answer them, or, you know, whatever, because it becomes part of your life. And when it becomes part of your life and you're building it daily, it doesn't seem like work, and you're always taking steps forward. You know, you're always stepping towards your goals. So just make it part of your life, but in your diary, block out some proper time when you can focus on it. What's that, Antonia? You showing? Set them plant. What does that say? Stop. Read out to me because I can't see it. It's a bit blurred. You're muted. Unmute yourself. Read it out.
Plan it out continued. So they've basically told us to do it in colours.
Yeah, block it out in colours
rather than like times, which
Yeah.
I thought was brilliant because
Yeah.
I'm crap with time.
Yeah,
But colours, I was like, oh, actually, I could do that.
yeah.
It's quite a nice little.
So colour code. That's right. So when you're doing your diary, obviously put in there first of all stuff that you can't move. So that could be work, or it could be kids stuff or whatever, and that could be 2 different colours, work and kid stuff. Put in your hobbies, put in your time out that you want. Again, that could be a different colour, and then find some time for this business in there as well, if you can. That's really good. It is really good. Everyone's different, aren't they? Some people really love to see it in colour. You know, it really helps you to sort of focus on that. Right, social media. I'm just going to touch on this quickly. Social media is our friend and our enemy. Okay, so it has to be used correctly for our business, and the way not to use it for our business is, if you're new, don't start posting all over your social media, I can save you money on your bills. It's okay to do an intro post. So it's a really good idea to do an intro post to say, really excited I've started this, we're helping loads of people, and this, you know, this is what we can do. But what's even better than that is when you have your first customer sign up, if it's a friend of yours and they're on Facebook, ask them to post and say, oh my God, it was so brilliant chatting to Rebecca today. She's just saved me loads of money on my bills, you know, feeling so much happier now about the price increase in April. You can make it as obvious as you like, but it's much better to have a third-party testimonial than it is for you to be saying it yourself. All right. So if you can do that, do. Make sure you weave it in with life in general. Have 3 clear topics through your social media that you want people to know about you. So do make sure they can find you as a UW partner at the moment. It is important because people are looking to switch energy providers. So it is important that they know that you can help them with that. All right. And I think now is the most important it's ever been to actually make that visible quite early on in your business. We used to say about intrigue for months and, you know, don't tell anyone what you do and just get them in front of the appointment. But I actually think now it's better to show people what you do, but then don't bore them with it, you know, on a daily basis. Just make sure that you've done a bit of an intro post. Check out my live I did today when I was feeling very brave on my main Facebook, actually, because that might be quite, you know, just watch it because it might give you some ideas of how you could introduce what you're doing. And remember, you know, social media, all your friends on Facebook need to know what you're doing, but you're not going to be able to blast it over your main Facebook. So use your messenger, you know, get into their messages, use your messenger. Hi, Vanessa, haven't seen you for ages, hope you're well. Just wanted to catch up with you today because I've started something. It's brilliant. And I'm looking, and it's going really well. I'm looking for 2 or 3 new people to help me, basically. So do you know anyone who would like to earn some extra money flexibly from home? Third party is brilliant because they don't feel like you're harassing them. They feel like you're genuinely offering them, you know, finding out. And I've recruited so many people that way in the past. And usually they start by saying, oh, that sounds interesting. What about me? I might be interested. You know, that's a quite common response when you say, do you know anyone? All right. So that's really, really cool. So now has never been a better time to build this business. I'm always excited. I've always loved this for 13 years, but I have to say there is a buzz in the air at the moment, a buzz being an energy buzz. And we are the cheapest at the moment in the UK. We haven't always been able to say that. We've always been competitive and we've always had loads of benefits. We are currently the cheapest and we're going to be the cheapest for some time. It might not seem like a huge amount cheaper because it might, well, they said it's about 99 quid over the year. Okay, cheaper than the cap. So that's maybe £5 to £10 a month. However, remember, we've also got cashback card. We've got the £50 for the, if they have a smart meter fitted, we've got £50 on the cashback card. We've got the referral money. We've got the opportunity for them to earn some money by if they want to become a partner. So, you know, we can get those bills down. We can get their bills paid for really quite simply. So we are the cheapest by miles. So be excited about that. But I want you to get more excited about building your team, because I have 260 something personal customers and I get a very nice passive income money coming in every month from my personal customers. And that is the work that I've done. I've gone and sat with those people on the sofa or been on a Zoom and I've signed them up. However, I get more every month from my team. I get more passive income from my team every month than I do for my own efforts. How nice is it getting passive income for work that you haven't even done? All right, so passive income from other people's efforts, that is true time leverage. That is when you are hitting on financial freedom, because you not only got the financial freedom, you've got the time to enjoy the money. All right, I work far more than I need to because I love working. So I'm not a great example of a senior group leader, you know, swanning around and enjoying their time freedom, but that's because I love working. You know, while the kids are still at school and I'm tied to, you know, I'm tied to the school run, I can't bugger off on my yacht yet. So I'm going to carry on working because I enjoy it. And I want to help and inspire as many people as I can to have time freedom too. But, you know, having the time and the money, you won't see me working in July and August this year. I'm going to have the whole of the 6 weeks summer holiday off. I'm not going to work. In fact, I'm having an operation at the end of April. I'm going to have a month off. And I don't have to worry, you know, at all. And how cool is that? You know, so that's what we need to show people, because there aren't many people in the country that could have a major operation as self-employed, single mum with 2 kids and not have to worry about money, is there? So, you know, I feel so, so fortunate that I started this when I did. But it's not too late. And in fact, you lot are going to grow your businesses much faster than I did, because I grew my business in a very hard time with UW. You are joining UW at the fastest growing time we've ever had. You know, so I got to say, hi Barry, hi.
I was at the game. I was surprised.
So if it's taken me 13 years to get to senior, well, it didn't, sorry. When did I get to senior group? 2018. What year are we in now? 9 years. Took me 9 years to get to senior group leader. Well, you guys can do it in, you know, 3, 4. You can halve the timescale because of the environment we're in. So I want to really drill into the recruiting message, because if you sign up a partner and they become a customer, that's your personal customer as well as theirs. The company double count it. So you can build your personal customers by recruiting. All right. So think recruit as much as think save people money, because there are lots of people out there that need an extra income. Right. I just want you to write these figures down very quickly. I'm going to talk you through what we call the power of 5, because I want you to understand the opportunity that you've just walked into. And if I don't do this, I'm not doing my job properly. So I want you to write down the number 5 on your pad, in the middle of your pad, top of your page, whatever. Now, the reason I say number 5 is because I know if you follow the system, do the training, stay close to me and the wonderful people in this team that are smashing it at the moment, I know you can recruit 5 people each within the next month. All right, I know you can. Jane Swinnerton has signed up 8 partners in February so far. We're on the 9th, 1 a day. Okay, I know you can do 5 if you do what we say. You reach out to people and you get busy. So let's say on average, each of those 5 people you bring in, recruit 5 each. So write 25 underneath the 5. They won't, some won't do any, some will do loads, but it's just an average. I have to work on average figure, otherwise I'll confuse myself. Okay, now under the 25, write 125, because those 25 are going to go and get 5 each as well. Under the 125, write 625, because this is just pure duplication. This is what's happened in my team. It's like 800 people or something at the moment. Well, I haven't recruited 800 people. All right. So if you add all those people up, that gives you 780 team members. Okay, so you've started the ball rolling. Of course, you're not going to stop on 5. You're going to keep recruiting as well. But let's just say you started the ball rolling, but you've got 780 members now through duplication, through excitement, through training, through coaching, through other people getting what this is about. Now, let's say on average, each of those team members has 10 customers each. All right, so 780 times 10 is 7,800. Again, not everyone will get 10 customers. Some will get none. Some will let their mum saying no to them push them out of the business because they're not strong enough or they don't have a big enough why to do it. Don't let that be you. All right. But some will get 260 customers like I have, but we're going to go just with an average of 10. So 7,800 group customers. You get paid approximately 40p for every single one of those group customers. So that is £3,120 a month coming into your bank account. How would that change your life? Would £3,120 in passive income allow you to pretty much do what you want to do? What if it was only half that? What if it was £1,600 a month in passive income? Would that allow you to do things a lot differently than you're doing now? What if it was half that? What if it was only £800 a month? Would £800 a month in passive income enable you to do things that you're not doing now? £50 in passive income is bloody powerful. £50 coming into your bank month in, month out, even if you're not doing anything, is powerful. My first passive income was £3.26 and I was bloody excited. And I was bloody excited because it proved it worked. Someone told me I'd get paid month in, month out on someone's bill. It was probably my mum's bill because she was the first customer, I can't remember, but £3.26 dropped into my account and I was like, it works. It works. So I'm going to bloody well keep going and make that and that £3.26 was soon £33. And then it was £330. And then it carried on to grow and it's still growing now. I've had a pay rise every month for 13 years. How many people can say they've had a pay rise every month for 13 years? It might be pence, you know, it could be 5p one month. It doesn't matter. It's always gone up because I've never stopped working. And not just that, the team haven't stopped working. You know, so if I stop today, I can't say, right, I'm not doing it anymore. So sorry, Rebecca, Antonio, you've got to stop now. No, stop. You'll say, bugger off. I didn't join for you. I joined for me. I'm going to go and get some customers and make some money. So I now am, what's the word, Chris? Inconsequential, is that the word? You're muted.
Yeah, inconsequential.
Inconsequential to my business. My business will continue to grow even if I never do another thing with Utility Warehouse. How cool is that? And that's where you can all be in a few weeks, months, years, depending on how much effort you put in now. And it can feel like pushing treacle uphill in the beginning. It can feel really, really difficult. It can feel like nothing's happening. But as long as you're moving, your business is moving. Even if the results aren't immediately obvious, it is moving, it can happen. Fantastic. So make appointments. This is the whole purpose of this. I've done a lot of talking. You've got that list now. You've got some scripts. You've got some social media stuff you can do. You've got the tools. Your job now is to line some people up to show them what you're doing with excitement, with posture, with belief. And then you don't have to do anything else because a very experienced mentor, quite possibly me, will be on that call with you, showing the person what we do. All right, you don't have to do anything. You can just sit and listen. So I would just say hi. So let's say, Rebecca, you have organized for Chris to have a look at the business. All right. So we set up a Zoom or a WhatsApp call and we'll help you with all the technical bits. So don't worry about that. And I would say, hey, Chris, thank you so much for giving up your time today to help Rebecca. All right. So I'm helping Rebecca get started in a new business. This is part of her training. So it's going to be me today, if that's all right, showing you what we do. Now, Chris, I know that we sort of set it up as a practice, which is brilliant. Please ask as many questions as you like and be as difficult as you like, because the more questions you ask, the more Rebecca's going to learn. However, as we go through this, most people realize that by the time we get to the end, there's some pretty cool benefits in here and want to have a look at how it could work for you. So if that's you, that's completely fine. We can have a look. We can do a quote. We can see if we can save you some money. Is that all right, Chris? You're muted.
Really?
Yeah. All right, so that's how we set it up at the beginning. So don't worry, however you've got in front of that person, whoever's mentoring you will make it okay. So if it's a practice, it's okay. If it's because they want to save money, great, we'll be jumping straight into that, you know, so don't worry about that. And then we go through the presentation. All right, so fill your boots, fill your diary. Rebecca, I know Barry's on here. Barry's just jumped on. So between Marie, Barry and myself, we'll make sure that you're mentored in all your appointments. All right, so that's absolutely fine. And I would think the first port of call would be send, as soon as you book stuff in, send it to Marie, and then Marie and Barry and I can sort out. We can always set up a 3-way group or something. Antonia, obviously I will help you. Again, if I can't help you, I'll just get one of the other trained team members. It just depends when it is. The more notice I have for my diary, the better, but I don't want you to wait for me. I want you to just get the appointments in your diary and we will make sure that we've got people to help you. All right, because my diary is a little bit stacked out at the moment, but you will get supported. And we get paid on the month following. So anything you sign up in February that goes, at least one service goes live before the end of February, you'll be paid on the 21st of March. So we're on the 9th of February today. So you've got a good 2-week window here to really make some money and have a nice money dropping into your bank in March. So don't waste that opportunity. All right, get cracking and get some appointments in your diary. And you, Lillian, obviously Chris is going to do the fast start and obviously do appointments with you. Fantastic. Right, I'm a little bit running late and I've got to go and get Rotsy, so I'm going to have to stop there. Has anyone got any burning questions? Is that all right? Does that make sense? Are you excited? Are you excited about getting some money in your bank and getting some residual income and being able to chill out and do nice things? And let's qualify for all these incentives. Let's go to Henley together. Henley's going to be awesome. That's in July, I think. So yeah, let's do it. All right, brilliant. Have an amazing day, everyone. If you need any help with anything at all, just please shout. All right, and I will catch up with you all very soon. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye, Lillian. Good luck with it all. Bye.